help pull this thing off, and you guys are just fantastic. Thanks. Everyone on the committee threatened me, so they told me to make sure I keep the speech short, so I'll do my best here. First of all, I do have to thank a few people, but most of all, please give yourselves a hand, you people. I need to thank you all. Thank you very much. Without you, we couldn't have done this. You guys are great. Secondly, we want to thank Eddie Rollo and for the Marriott Ballroom, donating the room, and all the services, the wait staff. You guys have been great. And the bar's done really well by me. I don't know about you guys, but they're doing real well. Thanks to everyone here for doing that. Secondly, we want to thank the band, Triple Threat. Hey, you guys are great. Give them a hand, please. And for those of you that want to hear more of Triple Threat, they're going to be December 1st and 22nd at Tennessee's in Milford. And if I got this right, tomorrow at Brunel's in Hopkinton. So please, go listen to them again. Thanks, guys. Okay, a couple quick announcements. So you probably noticed we have raffles. I appreciate everyone's participation. We're going to draw all the raffles that we draw live at 10 o'clock. The ones for the bags that you were putting the tickets in, what we're going to do is we're going to draw those kind of on the side. We're going to post them out in the lobby. And what you're going to see is the winning ticket numbers. So what you need to do is bring your ticket up, compare it to the one that's drawn, and match it up and let us know, and we'll give you the prize. We'll also list the number on the little signs that were in front of the prizes, so you can see them either out in the lobby, and there'll be a gray board there posted, or with the actual description of the prize. Secondly, for the door prize and the super raffle, we will be drawing those live at 10 o'clock up here on the stage. And again, thank you very much for all your participation in that. Announcements. One, if you didn't sign the guest book that's out in the lobby, please do. There's a guest book at the end of the table. If you haven't signed it yet, please take a chance later, or the opportunity later, and sign it. There's really no chance involved in that. Secondly is, I did notice that the band's been playing, the music's been playing. I think I've seen one couple dancing. Please dance. That's what this is. This is a dance. So please do. Lastly, the desserts. Everyone made desserts for us. Excellent. Thank you again. But please start eating, folks. There's a ton of them over there. So please grab some and help yourself going on those. Okay. One thing we want to do now, I want to introduce Dave Ferretti. He's going to do a little bit of a speech here, announcement, talk. But Dave, come on up, please. Thank you.
Alright. The night of August 19th, Kevin broke his vertebrae and damaged his spinal cord at the C4-C5 level. Many people may not realize it, but people whose spinal cord is damaged between C1 and C5 have only a 50% chance of survival. This was the first of many obstacles that Kevin would overcome in the days ahead. That day, the lives of Tara, Donnie, Brian, and most of all Kevin had forever changed. Not only did their ways of life change, but all of our lives changed in one way or another. Between August 19th and September 5th, I was at ICU at UMass Worcester Medical Center every day. Some days getting there as early as 7 in the morning, and some days not leaving until midnight or after. As Kevin lay in his hospital bed, the waiting room was turned into our new home. There were pizza boxes, coolers, coffee cups, pillows, blankets, and anything and everything else we needed to get through the time. Through the many very high fevers, the collapsed lungs, and a multitude of other medical setbacks, Kevin slowly beat the odds and medically improved day by day. As if Tara and Donnie didn't have enough on their minds thinking about Kevin's medical condition, they had to make the longer-term decision of where to bring Kevin for rehabilitation. At first, they thought they would go to the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, Georgia, because it was supposed to be the best. But the more they talked to the doctors and people with injuries similar to Kevin's, they learned the better facility would be one that was close to home so that Kevin could be visited by those who love him, which is just as important as any physical therapy. As I think back, I can't imagine how the Chambers felt during this time. I woke up every morning and asked myself, is this a really bad dream? When I realized that it wasn't, I'd turn on some music, lose myself in a familiar song, close my eyes, and slip away. Perhaps some of you will recognize those words from a song by Boston. Also, I kept asking myself, what if? What if Brian and I had stayed at Greg's house that night an extra 15 minutes? Would I have said something that got Kevin's attention? Would I have done something to stop him from diving in the pool? What if Greg, Kevin, and I didn't go to Steve Miller Band concert 2 weeks prior? The cookout would have been that weekend instead. And I heard over and over again that I can't think like that. But I'm sure most of you know it's a lot easier said than done. The day finally came when Kevin transferred from the ICU. The Chambers chose Spalding because they believed it would be the best place for Kevin. And for sure it was. He has friends and family visiting every day of the week. As I watch him in OT, PT, and pulmonary group, he tries hard no matter what they ask of him. Yes, there are those days when he's tired and doesn't want to do breathing exercises or just wants to rest, but those days are few and far between. If he doesn't think something is right, he will ask about it, or if he wants something explained in more detail, he asks that. I was lucky enough to accompany Kevin on a field trip to the movies. It was the first time Kevin has been out of the hospital since August 19th. Other than a few other field trips, days go by without anything different happening, just the same schedule, different day. The scary thing is that is how most of our lives are. Same shit, different day, as we all say. I think we have all learned something from this experience. During our busy days, we should remember to take a second or two and stop and think how precious our lives are and not take anything for granted. As we go from school to work or from work to baseball practice to a basketball game, we should realize that it only takes a split second for it to all change or even possibly end. And if it was not for Jeff Gervais, Kevin's good friend, it might have been the end for Kevin that night. Jeff saved Kevin's life and kept him stable until medics arrived. I would like to take this opportunity to ask Jeff to stand up. Jeff, I'm speaking for all of us here tonight when I say thank you. We all know Kevin has a very long and difficult road ahead of him, but if it wasn't for you, he may not have any road to travel. Because of you, we will still be able to see that smile that lights up a room and listen to that wit that makes us all laugh. And as Kathy Binney says, we will still be able to see that twinkle in his eye. Thanks, Jeff. Kevin's humor hasn't changed through all that's happened. One recent night he said to Tara, "You know, Mom, I was thinking, I have one up on all of you." She said, "What do you mean, Kevin?" And he said, "After listening to some of the stories in here on how these people got hurt, if I were you guys, I'd be scared to leave the house. At least I don't have to worry about breaking my neck again." They both laughed. Kevin, it's great to see you here tonight. We're all so proud, and we love you.